this is Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
And I'm Jeff Miller for 2049 Outfitters.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. We're here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific time, 12 midnight Eastern time, where dawn is. And let's pick one. 6 a.m. on Saturday in Germany. We're broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California, and Lakewood, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Breaking news, Don Jenkins will tell us more. We'll be back in 8.3 seconds.
Good.
The plan for tonight was to speculate on life elsewhere in the universe. We'll do that next week. Don Jenkins asked us if she could share with you a cool occultation happening next week. Of course, we said yes. And hello, Scott.
Hi, Scott. Welcome.
Hi, Scott.
All right. So you can actually view this unique occultation, that's hard to say, of Betelgeuse, and it's going to be occulted by an asteroid. Dawn, please tell us about this amazing and scientific event that we can observe ourselves. Oh, we got someone new. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
RYNO.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, I really am excited about this. It's a occultation event of a first magnitude star by an asteroid. I mean, seriously, that doesn't happen very often. And the star in question is none other than Alpha Orionis, also known as, oh, wait a minute. Got to start out with this first. The elephant in the room. How do you pronounce that star's name? Okay. Now, I always pronounced it when I started in astronomy. We always called it Betelgeuse.
Betelgeuse,
I'm sorry, not Betelgeuse, Betelgeuse.
Oh.
And then along came the movie Betelgeuse.
Oh,
and then everybody started calling it Betelgeuse. So for American English, the name of the star is probably most properly pronounced Betelgeuse. But you may find me calling it Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse because that's what we used to say before the movie.
It's more German.
I'm gonna start out showing you my website, which I have.
Yeah, Cliff is here.
Hey,
hi, Cliff.
Hey.
Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hey, oh, I got something for you, Cliff. Something special. I got something special for the people in Australia.
All right.
So why don't we take a look at my webpage? I've been busily updating for us to look at. Okay, this is the Near Earth Asteroids Observing NEAs and Other Asteroids page. This is part of my Near Earth Asteroid website, mini website at Astras. I have a problem with this one, and that is that I would like to make this the asteroid page and leave out the near Earth. But after, spending a lot of time in the summer of 22 redoing the whole site, I kind of stopped there. But the next step for this will include both asteroids. So how to find out about this occultation? You come to this page. Pam's got the address for you. You come down here. It says find out about the December 12th occultation. Click on there. Oh, I got to click on my page, don't I? Let me get on my site there. Okay, now we're going to click on the page. And it just takes you a little bit further down the page, and it's a little blingy presentation of Betelgeuse being occulted by 319 Leona main belt asteroid on December 12th of 2023. And you notice that time at 1:17 UT. It's pretty early for some of us over on the other side of the timeline there. So Betelgeuse is the 10th brightest star in the sky. It's a first magnitude star in Orion. I've found the first Hubble image of Betelgeuse it's 650 light years away. And what's
I didn't know it was in the top 10.
What's that?
I didn't know it was in the top 10. And we got some more comments when you're ready.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, Janie's here, and she says she loved the movie Betelgeuse. Fascinating topic, and she says, "Happy Hanukkah, everyone."
Happy Hanukkah, Janie.
Yep.
Cliff's got ooh. What's he responding to? Do you remember, Jeff?
I said that there was something special for the
Oh,
authors.
got it. Yes, right. And I did add the link visually as well as put it in the chat, so it's a clickable link now for our viewers to go ahead and follow along if they want to.
Okay, so Betelgeuse. We're going to talk a little more about that. Next, I'm going to tell you about 319 Leona. It's a 14th magnitude main belt asteroid. It orbits the sun about every 6.3 years. Discovered in 1891 by the astronomer, I'll probably blow it, but Auguste Charlois at the Nice Observatory.
Sounded French, yeah.
Yeah. This man discovered 99 asteroids in his time.
Wow.
And when I first looked this up, I came upon something that said that Leona was the name of his wife. Leona is not the name of his wife, okay? He had 2 wives. Neither of them was named Leona. Okay. I mean, he did have, 98 other asteroid discoveries to take care of that.
Well, so let's just start the rumor that Leona is why he has 2 wives.
Well, there's a whole lot of story behind him, if we want to take a side trip, but he was murdered by his mother. His brother-in-law murdered him because his wife died and he wanted the inheritance. So yeah, 99 asteroids. I wonder how many he would have found otherwise. It's kind of a sad part of the story, but this asteroid he discovered, it's about 70 kilometers in diameter, although that is it's pretty far away from us. And how do we really know how big it is? And besides that, it is not a sphere. It's not spherical. So it has an odd shape. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to show you this orbital view where we're going to look at the orbit of Leona. And this is, I love this site. I love it, but I hate the interface, the old interface. It had a little block over there. You typed in what you wanted to see and life was good. Well, here, I'm going the wrong place here. Here, you have to, this is what you're looking at. I can twirl this in and out with my mouse. I'm going to bring this up to, I'm just trying to show you how to use this thing. And after I come over here and...
Actually, we could probably do a whole episode on that.
Oh, this is an incredible tool when it works. Come on. This little hamburger menu. There it goes. You have to go in here. You have to add your object. This used to be just up on the page. You could just add it. But no, you got to go in there and make sure you tell it the right name. Do a name that is that would be recognized by the system, and some objects have more than one name. So we're adding it to there, and now I'm gonna get this in the middle, and we're gonna just zoom in. There we go.
The orbit of the asteroid, right? This
is the orbit. Since we haven't adjusted anything, this is like real time where it is right now. Whenever this thing recorded me coming in and decided was the time. So if you notice here, Earth is here and Leona right up here. This means that that's how we're getting these occultations, and Leona has occulted a number of objects, as you'll find as we go on. And this is the reason why, because we're in the same spot in the orbit.
Yes.
And just to give you a little explanation how this works, this orbit here is showing this would be the ecliptic, and this orbit here is showing that Leona has gone into its descending node. This is the descending node. It's below our ecliptic and it's here. Okay, these lines show you that, you know, maybe someday Leona's over here on its descending node, but it could be higher up. You know, it could be higher up there.
Got it.
This side, it could be lower, below the ecliptic. So
Yeah.
this is telling you north and south of the ecliptic. But if you go into that little tool that I showed you, you can get rid of different orbits. You know, you can make a lot of changes if you go in there. But I think we can have more fun going into some others.
Yeah, we got some more comments. You ready?
Yeah. Let me
Cliff.
get back to you though, so I can see them. I want to see what they're saying about me.
Cool. Cliff's having a star party, and is what is it good weather or no? I can't tell.
Tonight in a few hours.
It's poured down rain today. No bad weather. Does that mean it cleared everything out?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope that's what that means.
Good. And Jamie Becker says, "Cool tool demo Dawn." And a hand orange covered eyes.
And orange covering eyes.
I don't get that one.
I don't either.
I'm not sure. So
tell us, Janie.
And then Clip is like Universe Sandbox.
Is that another tool?
Absolutely.
I don't know that tool. We'll have to check.
And you know, we finally, after a week or so of still cold gray skies, we finally got to see the sky.
Nice.
Do you know this planet has a blue sky? It's just amazing.
Well, it does in California at least.
Yes.
Okay, so let's pop back over to Astra's Stargate.
Sure.
And I'm going to show you. We're going to take a look.
Brian says good stories.
Oh, thanks. When it comes to occultations, the International Occultation Timing Association, known as IOTA, or as my husband says, IOTA.
What?
Yeah, that's what he called it. That's what he called it. We don't really know what the coverage is going to be on Betelgeuse and the asteroid, because we don't actually know what either one's size really is.
Yeah. Well, this is what helps, right? Seeing these.
Absolutely. And Betelgeuse it's one of the largest stars we know. And there was an event we're going to talk about where it had like what we would call with our sun a coronal mass ejection. A bunch of gas came out of it. So anyway, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself, but we're going to be looking at the IOTA pages. But before we go on there, let's take a look at this. Is who's going to get to see Leona on the 12th.
Cliff says same here. What's that blue stuff? Maybe alien. Yeah.
Yeah. And the early spring down there, isn't it? Or mid-spring, late spring?
Yeah, they're approaching
summer. Yeah, they're pushing summer.
Right.
Yeah, you guys get summer, we get winter. So this would be the equivalent of a central line. And this is what am I want to say? This is just to show you an overview of where it's going. And we're going to go over to the IOTA journal. Okay, you should be seeing the IOTA journal. I thought I left it at the top of the page, but I didn't. Okay, this is their journal, and they just put this out. It is the fourth one. It's going to talk about this occultation, and there's a picture of it. And by the way, their color for the asteroid is probably a lot better than Astra's. It's a dark asteroid.
Well, that's an artist depiction too.
It is an artist depiction. Yeah. Okay, so and they talk about it. They're introducing it, but this whole first part, here's the call for observation. So IOTA puts out call for observations.
Nice.
So they're calling people to make these observations. Okay.
It's almost a citizen science project, right?
It is a something that amateur astronomers can do that is scientifically meaningful.
Yeah.
Because, well, let's just look at Betelgeuse.
Well, and Dawn, on your site, you talk about 60 to 100 millimeters. Is that just for telescopes, or do you think a decent pair of binoculars would be useful as well?
Well, if you're making that iota scientific observation, then if you're using binoculars, you can do that. If you're just going to, I mean, not everybody is going to be looking at the event with the equipment and ready to go and make measurements.
Got it.
There's a little something to it, but here's a picture of Betelgeuse, and as I mentioned briefly, there was a mass ejection, and this picture was taken in 2012. See how bright it is?
Yeah.
This picture was taken in 2020, which was when Betelgeuse had lost its brightness. And they are using identical equipment.
Ah, right.
So the equipment is the same, and that's what they got. And that shows you the difference in the size of it.
Yeah.
And then here they're going to talk about, this is how big Betelgeuse is. Okay, they're put it on the solar system. It goes out to the orbit of Jupiter.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, wow, what a star!
Yeah, it would consume everything within that orbit.
Right.
Well, right. If it had planets, then yeah, they would be absorbed when it became from the normal size. It's not a main. This is no longer a main sequence star. It's a giant star. It's actually a super giant.
Yeah, and most of that is very low density.
Very low density.
The outer portions of it are very low density.
Okay.
Very low density. Let me see. Yeah, here is the information. Soon to be expected supernova explosion. Yes. Betelgeuse will go supernova sometime in the next 10,000 years. Don't wait up. Okay. Nope. We don't know. There's nothing that says that it is going to do that. Even with this darkening that we had a couple years ago, if you look through the history of Betelgeuse, you will find that there are these brightenings and lightenings. They show it as a variable star from 0.3 to 1.2 magnitude, and it also shrinks and grows. The size of the disk will shrink and grow. Go back up here. You see how this is like punched out over there? It's a variable star, and we don't really know exactly, what it looks like. And I think, got it. All right.
The chart you just passed, is that the when it gets lighter and more or less bright?
Yeah, it's the Betelgeuse over the last 10 years. And this is showing where it dropped off. I'm just checking my notes.
It's a variable star.
Okay, so I was talking about that mass expulsion event. So I found this NASA page where they're showing the event. And
again, concept drawing, right?
I'm assuming that it has some science behind it. You know, I mean, there's
not a photograph. We didn't actually.
So here's that plasma shooting off the surface, and as it moves away from the hotter star, it starts turning into dust. So when we're looking at Earth, it's still, this is still out there, but of course it is got some velocity and it's dissipating away from the star. So, but there's probably dust we're still looking through.
Yeah, Cliff had a couple of comments. He did say summer, mild 95 degrees.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he means Fahrenheit because otherwise it'd be boiling over there.
They'd be right about the boiling ocean.
Yeah, and the eclipse, there was a huge difference in brightness. From my place, it was hard to see at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. It's it was really dramatic. It was really dramatic. Star dim by 60%.
That's
The
a
great
lot.
dimming. Okay. The
Right.
great dimming. There we go.
Yeah. And from what they show there, it didn't actually get dimmer. There's just shot out something between it and us. So there's something blocking it. Not that it's actually dimmer, right?
That is correct. And the other thing is it has these cells. Oh, I didn't mention before. What a star. It orbits once every 30 years.
Oh, wow.
So these convection cells, they can be
You mean
in
orbit or rotates? It
Rotates.
rotates,
I'm
right?
sorry. I knew I was going to do that. Yeah, it rotates. These convection cells in here, sometimes they can persist in the same area for, months or years. These convection things. And this star has actually been, they put a beam interferometer on it.
Oh, wow.
Which is an optical interferometer. I'm going to move us over here. Okay. This was the IOTA Zoom meeting in July 15th. And they talked a little bit about the occultation. And this would be where, people are getting together on Zoom, they're getting together to, make the observations. So here is, this is just a tiny bit big. I'm going to do this. It's going to go way down, right? Oh, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
I want to see the whole chart there. These are, they're questioning what will it be like? Okay. What will it be like if you're in the center line?
Right.
What is your curve? Is this your curve? Okay.
So is that because of the asteroid?
What's that?
That's because of the asteroid, right? Because it's somewhat an irregular shape. And it depends on.
Well, it's both. It's both because we don't really know. We don't really know what the size of the disk of Betelgeuse is. We know everything, right? We know everything, right? We don't know how big Betelgeuse is at any given point in time. Now, these observations over here would be out more on the edge, where you're not getting the whole picture, because you need people to be across the whole area, not just the people on the center line, but you need people in the periphery making observations. And these would be the people at the extremes.
And so they called for people to make observations.
Right. And that's what people are going to do, and they evidently they do this even during eclipses, which would be like, oh, you mean you get people who are willing to be off the center line of the eclipse and make the observation?
Yeah, we were for October 14th. We were up.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But there are people who, they could be on that main path if they wanted, but no, we're going to go where we're needed to make the observation.
Cliff's got a comment too. They say when it blows, the Betelgeuse, right?
Yeah.
Be able to read a newspaper at night and last some 3 months, similar to the M1 in 1054.
Wouldn't surprise me. Not a bit. So, what will be seen?
Yeah, it's going to be, well, that's why we need citizen science observers, right?
Right, and you see here, the size and shape of both Betelgeuse and Leona are uncertain.
That's interesting.
Yeah, then they're discussing this, and here is Leona has a long rotation period. So it is very important that some other occultations by Leona be observed from multiple stations before December 12th to take advantage of this opportunity. And guess what? Let's go back to the journal there. Yeah, I was hiding
people
it.
can start looking now.
Right. Okay, there was an occultation this year on September 13th of an 11.9 magnitude star.
Mm.
Okay, it was very observable. I tried to highlight this, I couldn't. The event was observable from Algeria, Spain, and Portugal, providing an excellent opportunity to improve our knowledge about 319 Leona, especially the size, shape, projection of the orbit. And that's what we, this is the kind of thing, this is exactly what I was alluding to before. The DART mission, they had to have people out making observations to help them. Do they know if it worked? So they had people before the mission, during the mission, and after the mission making those kind of observations.
It makes total sense, so they can compare and contrast.
Right. In the case of the Didymos, the DART mission, they were watching the moon cross. They were watching the moon cross in front of the primary asteroid.
Wow.
And making observations of it. And that's giving them their data. And I'm going to point out right here, they talk about chords. And what the chords are is the observers. Okay. For on 913, this 11th magnitude star, these are the observers. These guys are in the center line, okay? And you can see who they are right here. These guys are on the center line. This is uncertainty. And what they're doing is they're watching the blink as the asteroid moves in front of the star, which it probably fully covered mostly and out. I mean, if you were here on that occultation, it got blinked out.
And that's
a lot of them did. I mean,
that's
if you
the
look
chart
at
for
these,
September 13th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what happens?
I see the date.
I think this shows it. Okay. Oh, so they had all those observers, and then they had another occultation on the 16th, which was observed by Roger Venable from Arizona, and he did the observations himself, but he had 3 stations.
Oh, wow.
Whatever that means. I mean, did he have 3 people? Whatever. So you come down here and you see, there's another one that shows the size, but these are the maps. Let's go through the maps.
We got a comment from Ryan.
Okay, Ryan.
Crazy lots of work.
Yes.
It is so incredible to me when I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this and I'm seeing these people doing this, and there's so many people out there who are wasting their time doing crap. I'm a millionaire. I have a channel where I watch people make videos. Okay. And they are. There's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, Ryan says he adds to observe.
Well, yeah, it's not the one person though. It's the group of people. It's many people. It's a crowd. It's a crowd. It's a crowdfunding. Yeah. And, when you have events like this, you can't pick up your big observatory and, Kitt Peak is at Kitt Peak, right? You can't pick up those big telescopes and move them. So astronomers are, some of the people obviously are professional astronomers who do this, who make these observations. They get, for the European, I'm sorry, let's go to them. Let me go back to my thing. Okay, this is the Far East. And then this is Europe. Okay, these are the Europeans. This is what I just started to talk about. Look at all these observing locations, these big cities, these places with a lot of people. Sevilla.
Yep.
Here's Sardinia. I mean, the number of people in Europe who can see this, they got 17 people to go out and make the other observations. Didn't hit quite as many. It wasn't quite as good. It wasn't quite so many people. But some of those people who went out and made those observations, they got training. They got experience at making the observations.
Right.
Which is very helpful to them and to the program. And here is what we get. Here's what we get. Miami.
Tip of
You know,
Florida.
this is funny because I got a different view from Miami that makes it look like it's better. So I don't know. I don't know.
We got a couple more comments. Ryan comes and adds also as a team, right? I think some of them would be teams.
Yeah, I mean, like you got to figure that there are, like you could have 3 observers working together. You
Oh,
have
got
the
it.
coordinators, like they had that Zoom meeting. You have people coordinating together. It's coordinating observations so that if you have 30 people trying to make observations for it, and, maybe, 10 of them get clouded out. Or
Oh,
10 of them don't see it because, well, yeah, Leona isn't as big as we thought it was.
yeah.
Whatever. And it is definitely collaboration. And that's what I like. That's why it's so exciting.
Yeah, very definitely. Cliff
That
says
makes it very exciting.
there's actually something else near Betelgeuse called Pickett's Bell, and it's an asterism that's named after his friend Tom Pickett.
Ooh, I'm gonna look for that. I will look for
Yeah, I've
that.
got a picture, so help me remember to show it a little bit later on. We want to get let Dawn do her segment, and then we'll talk about it more.
Okay. I'm just looking to see where I'm going next. Oh, I was talking about the chords, and if you're interested and you want to learn more about it, there's a Wikipedia page.
Nice.
Chord astronomy, and this talks about these observations. Because an occultation event for an individual object is quite rare. Well, we're looking at a real nice rare one, a good rare one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go back to Astras, and we are going to look at, this is the map that I got over Miami, which was different from that one we just saw.
Yeah, a little bit better, I think.
It's going to be interesting to see what, where it actually hits, what we actually see. These islands over here, Key West gets a shot at it.
And you were saying it's kind of low on the horizon for.
Yeah, it isn't very high. This is.
How about in Europe? Do you know where it'll be observed? They can observe in Europe.
Well, once you get to Greenwich, you start being on the other side of the time zone. You see what I mean? So,
Okay.
we're over here. We're seeing it at 8:11.
I thought it was 8:17 for Florida. It's up a little. I think it's up a little bit from there.
Yeah, I like to say 1 because you need to be ready to go at 1. Up a little bit from there.
Yeah, thought.
Here.
Yeah.
Observers in Mexico. So there we go. There's that. And while we're here, I'm going to show you the rest of the site here. I've got a lot of web resources down here. This future asteroid events is Derek C. Britt. He's got a lot of pages out there. I don't think we have time to look at some of these other things we're going to get to see. And then I put this video here.
Yeah, I started watching that. That is interesting. It's fascinating.
It's a 6-minute movie, and it's from NASA Science News. And I guess they do these movies, and I guess you can subscribe.
That's interesting. It's sort of felt like it might have been an AI generated thing, but if it was NASA, that doesn't seem likely, right?
It doesn't seem like it, but who knows?
Yeah, just sort of stilted. He had a sort of a stilted way.
He had a very funny pronunciation for the word Betelgeuse.
Yeah, more like the way the cars sound.
And in a Betelgeuse, this G with this E here is always going to have the soft sound like the second G in garage. This is a soft sound, but this word is an import of an Arab word, and the Arab word did not start with a B. It actually started with a Y. but the B
Ryan
was
put,
mistaken for a Y. So who really knows how to pronounce it?
well, maybe Ryan does because he put in here guys.
Well, he basically
like
showing
this.
that after a U after a G isn't always.
Ah, okay. Well, that's GE, isn't it?
Yeah,
GE?
this is GE.
Yeah.
GEU.
It's got a funny spelling.
GEU. Yeah. And the thing for that is because it is a foreign word in English. Because this to me, GEU doesn't seem I noticed that when I was putting this together, I kept spelling it GUE. And I had to go through my spell checker and change them all.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I guess that's the way I thought it was written.
Ryan also mentioned a movie, but I don't know which movie movie are you referring to, Ryan?
Betelgeuse?
Let us know. Well, Betelgeuse is the one, but when he put up guys, GUISE. Anyway, let us know, Ryan.
Yeah. And it's kind of fun. Linguistics are always kind of fun.
Yep.
But
oh, from Betelgeuse. Okay, he mentions yes.
Okay. So
thank you, Ryan.
So getting back to IOTA. Okay, here's IOTA's call for observations. And I get my notes here. I think I'm gonna okay. So I'd like to show you guys that we will go and we will look at IOTA's practical advice in a minute.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to show you this. This is the cloud cover. This is from the Royal Astronomical Society. This is the cloud cover.
Okay.
For the night in question. It's so easy to understand. You know, Florida's got 34% cloud coverage for this area. I noticed someone on the internet made a comment that the weather is not looking good for them. And then when you come across here, there's the Gulf of Mexico. You get over here, there's a lot of clouds there. That's why they got 41 here. These are dark. These are a lot of cloud cover. So it doesn't mean that on that particular night, that's the cloud coverage. This is an average.
Oh, an average. Okay.
An average
for that time of year?
Pardon?
It's an average for that time of year?
A December cloud amount in percentage, 2000 to 2020.
Okay, good.
So there you have it. Now I'm going to show you. This is a group called this AW Cloud is Occultation Watcher. And here are the telescopes lined up.
Wow.
Each of those is an observer.
Uh-huh.
And this is one of the one of the kind of tools or support that you have as an observer. You have this kind of support today from IOTA. They are associated with them.
Nice.
And I love to show this. I just cannot wait to show this. Same website, same occultation. They're showing you the data sources here. You see these Gaia has made observations for this. Horizons. Horizon is where we were just looking at that orbiter. We saw the orbit of that's horizons. That's what that is. But what I really wanted to show you guys is the stations. We have 74 stations.
Wow.
And when I started this, when I found this 2-3 days ago, there were only 70.
Oh,
and I want you to look at these names. These are the names of the people who have made the commitment to making the observation.
We can't really read it. Call some of them out. And what columns is it? Place?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the cord. And like here you got KM. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Because I think this is awesome. I'd like for you to see these people's names.
Yeah, very cool.
There we go. That's better.
There we go. Okay, here is the cord, the observer, and their commitment. Okay. So we got these guys are further away from the center line. That's distance, I think, from the center line.
Okay.
What you're seeing there. So you got Javier Flores Martin. You've got Deborah Smith. You got, oh my gosh, so many people. Giuseppe Bianco. You got, I can't even, can you guys see them now?
A little bit, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Space Rock. He's
Nice.
minus 13 away.
Yeah.
Conrad Gould, Alex Pratt, Michael O'Connell, Gianluca Masi, De Leon Springs, Redding.
that's a location, not a person.
I suspect that's Florida, but I don't know. Fabio C. Now this guy's on the center line here.
Oh, I see. 0 kilometers.
Okay, now we're going to the others. There's 74 people have committed to go out and do these readings. So here's another one. So here's another one.
You think they selected their own, high, low, medium?
Yeah, I do. But okay. I also think that there's probably a little bit of where do you need me? Or this is my location. Where do you need me?
Got it.
Kind of a bit that goes on. But I'm sorry. I really wanted to show that.
Yeah. Because you have a couple more comments. You got a minute for that?
I sure do.
All right. So Cliff, he has a long one here. That's how Australia was discovered after Cook, which is one of the teams to see the Venus eclipse the sun in 1770, found it after the event. The data told them the distance of everything in space. He says, sorry, I'm a bad typer as well. Oh, Tom. Yeah, he's going to be at Tom's in 2024 for the eclipse.
Yep.
Center line for the.
Okay, well, you got to let me know. Maybe I'll get down there. We're going to Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, you went to Texas for the last one.
Oh, that was so exciting.
Cool. Do you have a little bit more information on this thing, right?
Yeah, I've got a couple more things to show you. Let me see.
Thank you.
I really sorry I got carried away on those. It's just so amazing to me that people are that interested and that willing to work. Let's see where I am.
Yeah, you got to share it because we don't have it now. We don't have the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I click it off? I'm just looking at where I had to go and I did the wrong thing. All right.
That's okay. You're good.
Present, share screen. I am now going back to the journal.
All righty.
Okay, we're going back to the journal. Oh, I should have kept going because here is how they decided Leona was going to look. This is what the observations have led us to. But what we believe Leona is going to be looking like on the 12th, what part of it is pointing, at us. There's our predictions.
And that seems to be covering a whole lot of Betelgeuse. Is the
size of that ellipse is 74 by 57 km, and they have a new. Oh, why did they do that?
Is the blue line the asteroid and the gray mass Betelgeuse, or?
No. This is like the difference between a ideal object. Well, okay. I don't know why that happened. I don't know how to get rid of it. Go away. It won't go away. There it goes. This is the ellipse. Okay. The graded ellipse is visually fitted to the profile.
Okay.
So that's the profile that they got with their chords.
Excellent.
And then here is the difference. Yeah, there we go. Do you see this? Yeah. Number A is here. Good eclipse. This one here.
These are potential coverages.
How north and south you are from the center line. Also.
Oh, I see.
This is the light curve. And what they expect to find from that light curve.
Got it.
Okay. And I was supposed to show you that before. Okay, I'm off track. I wanted to say that IOTA is not going to leave you without some good advice for how to observe the occultation and you will find in my on my website, you can download the IOTA guide on how to observe these things, and you too
Nice.
can be an IOTA observer.
Nice.
Okay. So,
Yeah, and they're just gonna keep adding information about the size, the shape, where it's moving with this particular occultation, right?
yes, and the most exciting thing is, even more exciting is, we're going to learn about Betelgeuse. We are
Yes.
going to add to our knowledge base of Betelgeuse, a most fascinating star. Okay, so yeah, a telescope with a small field of view. Use a tracking mount. So you're going to want a mount. You're going to want a tracking mount.
Okay.
Especially if you come down here and you use this camera. There's a suggestion they have. If you use this camera, you have to have a timestamp with a precision of thousandths of a second in each frame.
Wow.
And then you want to get, if you can get 25 images per second. We got to move back up here. I'm gonna go back up here. Sorry. You can even get, I overshot it. You can even get a camera, you can even get a setup that might do 50 images per second.
Wow.
And it says each frame has 2 fields. So then it's talking about the GPS module with a reliable time. That's one of the most important things. You have to be able to have that timestamp. And they do have some software. They talk about, fast cadences, 10 to 40 images per second. That's fast. And then, test your equipment before the event. And that is a good advice for any kind of observations. If you want to go to some kind of eclipse, make sure you know your equipment.
Yeah.
It'll be...
Cliff comes in with it. It will be interesting to see what they come up with, and fascinating. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. Okay, then we got into timing. The most important problem with cameras of this type is that the recording is not referencing an exact and precise time base. Okay, they're telling you to use this network protocol, time protocol.
Well, this is a really terrific resource, and I had never heard of it before you mentioned it this week.
Oh, and I can only imagine what they talk about in that observing guide. Oh my gosh. And now you want to talk about filters, which I also mentioned on the website.
Are you gonna need a filter for those?
No, it just might help you. You can have a blue or violet filter. You can have blue, green, red filters. You can have narrowband filters such as hydrogen alpha. And then it says, or the titanium oxide line. So that's the line that you'd be looking at with the hydrogen alpha on Betelgeuse. And then talking about I'm starting to get tired talking. Spectroscopy.
Right. The absorption line, or what's the other? It's absorption, and what's the other one?
Emission.
Emission, right.
So, and they're talking about, slitless spectrograph. They talk about, they have 2 free programs for analyzing the occultations. Wow. And
boy, what a great resource. Thanks for sharing.
And here we go. Collaboration is needed.
Yay!
Yep. And this is where they talk about, collaboration. And now I'm going to go off, but before I go off of this particular journal, I promised a special treat for the people in Australia. Okay. Check this out. This journal has a report on Bailey Bede's observation during the hybrid solar eclipse 2023,
right.
April 20th. Remember we talked about this? Yes, the people in Australia got to see this eclipse. Most of the rest of this issue is, I shouldn't say that, it's 40 pages, but there's a huge hunk of it that is devoted to this eclipse, if you're interested in reading. And I'm going to show you. There's the curve, if you remember. And here you go, Cliff. Here's the Australia's getting the center line of this hybrid solar eclipse. That's all you get, but you got that Cape Range National Park. And this is going to talk all about this eclipse.
Nice.
And all about reduction method and results. I think there's other articles, not just this, but I wanted to. I saw that in there and I thought, oh, what a special treat.
Yep. And I know it's a big country, but Cliff, do you know anybody over there? Does David maybe? I don't know.
I thought David was doing a cruise thing. Wasn't he?
I think that's a little more north and central to the country. I think Cliff knows that too.
Oh no, he was asked to do something with an eclipse thing. I remember him saying it. I remember him saying something about it, and maybe it wasn't this one. Now, I'm gonna go back here.
Janie says, fascinating and fun. Thank you all.
Okay, I'm gonna go, Janie. I'm gonna go to this Sky and Telescope article. And it's also linked at my site, but this is a very nice article. It's very readable, and it goes into a lot of details. And I'm gonna go back up here. You might want to, if you only do one thing, you might want to read this article.
Yeah,
now,
they're good for basic,
it's very nice. I'm gonna go over it a little bit. I saw this and I'm like, I don't know what filter you guys used on that, but I never saw those stars look that blue. Most of them are blue. Here's Beta Orionis. This is Rigel. This is way brighter than Orion. It's a super giant. It's a blue giant. How to observe. What I wanted to really, we looked at that. What I really wanted to show is this. And this is where they talk about the cells of the sun. Betelgeuse cells can last months or years.
Right.
And they got some more. And here's the chords we looked at. So yeah, it's a very good article. And
way cool.
I got one more fun thing.
Yeah, Cliff says that place is so remote for 75 seconds and 5,000 miles away from him. I take it.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a big country. Australia fits into the United States like almost exactly.
Okay.
We got Alaska. Oh, this is so cool.
This is really cool. This is set up by the Starblink org, and it's a foreign. I didn't get any kind of explanation of this. I couldn't find any, but we're just going to look at this here. You can make changes here. We're going to animate this. Just watch this over here while I animate it. Here's the disk of the asteroid. Oh, they started it over anyway, Pam.
Yeah. That's okay. It's a few seconds long. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That could be what happens to Betelgeuse.
Yeah. And you can
during this event.
You can see the light curve there too.
Yeah, I'm going to run this twice. Okay, because I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to suggest that instead of watching the occultation over here, you watch over here the light curve and watch that guy. I'm going to animate it.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, wait a second. Okay, sorry. There we go. Okay, it's going to disappear. The star is disappearing. Look at that. It's gone.
Just looks like it's gone. That's amazing.
It's supposed to go down 3 magnitudes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And that would make it 3.5 magnitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I got one more thing, which is really fun, and that is the live stream.
Yes.
The live
you
stream.
can actually watch it live, people.
Okay, that's the live stream. Let me show you what to do, okay?
Even if you're not in the path of it. Oh,
you get to my site. You get to my site. make a bookmark, get to my site. You go down to this big blue thing and click on this.
Right.
And that'll get you right there. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I'm not going to come back to my site. But there we are. And this is going to take us right to this occultation. And there's their splash page, I guess. And this guy, Dr. Gianluca Massi, PhD. Oh, we saw his name on the other thing, didn't we? I think we did. But at any rate, yeah.
There's a link in there too, Dawn. So they took you to this, but then there's still a link to go and see the video because I got to a different page.
Oh, right. Actually,
whoops.
This is their homepage. And it goes to the homepage. And right on the homepage, sorry, I didn't mean to move it. This thing here, you click on that, and that will get you right into that.
Yeah, I thought they actually had another. Or do you think that's going to be animated once it's live?
Yeah, this is where the live feed's coming from.
I thought there was another link just below there. Because I went and looked at all this too, and I was like, wait, that's...
Okay, yeah, right. Well, let's take a look.
You had it. Nope,
here,
not there.
See it live. And don't forget to donate.
Yeah, I think it's above right there. We got a couple of other comments. Dave is doing trips to Norfolk Island for some star parties.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you blinked, Cliff. You'll have to go to the website and check it out. Scott says, wow, that would freak people out if they saw Betelgeuse disappear and did not know about the asteroid. Well, in ancient times, they didn't know.
It'll be the most it's going to be is 12 seconds.
12 seconds. So you got to catch it.
They're going to have to be looking at the thing. They're going to have to be looking at that thing.
You want to grab that link? I'll share it with in the chat. You can put it in the private chat, and I'll grab it and put it in the.
Okay, let's see. Let me get there.
Thank you.
Which one do you want? You want the homepage, or you want this one?
Yeah, let's go to the. Yeah, let's grab that one. I think it is a little bit lower on that page, and it's another link, which goes to. It looks like it's a video waiting to be played.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it will be.
Yeah. Of course, if you're in the United States, it's going to be the 11th of December, not the 12th of December.
Well, what you need to remember is 1 UT on the 12th. Okay, so 1 UT on the 12th. For me, UT is 4 or 5 hours ahead of me. So, just remember 1 UT. That gives you enough time to be set up and looking at it. But I do hope you guys go on the live feed. I mean, we can't afford to go all these places we want to go all the time, but hopefully Southern Italy will have better weather than Mexico, you think?
It's truly amazing that we can actually come online, click a link, and watch it even as it's happening wherever we are in the world. I just think that blows my mind.
It is incredible. In fact, we were watching the transit of Mercury some May a couple of years ago, a few years now.
I remember. We were here.
We were out there observing, and it was really nice, but it clouded up. So we came inside, and we got to see it at Griffith Observatory.
Oh,
we got to see an airplane cross the sun.
It was cloudy for us here too, and then right about as it was it ending? It was about an ending, right? Mm-hmm. It cleared up, and we did get to see it ourselves.
Yeah, it was, yeah. They had that fog, that ground fog you guys have, right? Yeah, or they have. I don't know if you guys get the same.
Yeah, they call it marine layer here. It comes rolling in from the ocean, and it kind of. Anyway, do you have anything else to share with us tonight, Dawn?
Oh, I'm good.
All right, we got a couple more segments. We'll just go through those pretty quick here. And go ahead, Jeff, you're up.
Okay, some stellar events this week, December 8th through December 15th.
Oh, I'm going to read this part. Because the Farmer's Almanac synopsis I didn't get last time because We went really long. We're kind of long tonight, too. Thanks, Dawn. I know it's really late for you. All this month, Jupiter is visible at night. Saturn, now solely an evening star, stands on the meridian due south at nightfall in Aquarius. A bright star far to Saturn's lower left is the first magnitude star Fomalhaut. During December's first few mornings, Venus, a morning star, guides observers to Virgo's blue main star Spica to its right. The 13th brings the year's best meteor shower, the Geminids. Under perfect moonless dark conditions, rural observers can see a meteor a minute. At any time of night, on the 17th, the moon dangles below Saturn before moving on to meet Jupiter on the 21st and 22nd. Winter in the northern hemisphere begins with the solstice on the night of the 21st at 10:27 p.m. Eastern. And of course, that means that the summer begins in the southern hemisphere. Go ahead, Jeff. Thanks.
Okay. Globe at night continues December 3rd through the 12th, 2023. In the northern hemisphere, you're looking for Perseus. In the southern, you're looking for Grus. So you go out, take a photo, and report it on the Globe at Night website.
Another citizen science project.
Yep. This helps them measure the light pollution in your area.
Very important, apparently.
Yeah, December 8th, moon is at descending node, and Cliff has something. Jupiter is super
Yes, it
bright
is.
and up nice and high.
Love Jupiter.
Yep. Okay, December 9th, Venus and the moon are in conjunction. December 12th, it's a new moon, and Mars is in conjunction.
Mars and the moon.
Or Mars and the moon
Mars
are
and the moon,
in conjunction.
And Orion, yeah.
Yeah. And Brian says and Orion. Yeah. And and Mercury is stationary, or appears stationary, we'll say that. Yeah. And just as Dawn reported, asteroid 319 Leona crosses in front of Betelgeuse.
That's the 12th, remember.
Yep.
Rare event.
Yep.
Probably more rare than some of the other ones they talk about. Oh, it's only one every 100 years or something.
Oh, that's an incredible alignment.
Yes.
It really is.
December 13th, the moon runs low. And December 13th through 14th, the Gemini meteor shower peaks. It's probably going on now if you have the patience to look for the occasional part that goes by, but 13th through 14th will be like smack dab in the middle of the dust field, or the trail of dust. And Pam found a nice write-up on Facebook.
Let's share that because it's kind of interesting. And this is a woman I know over there, Star Estrella, King of Meteor Showers, 120 multicolored meteor per hour. December 14th through 15th, the Gemini's meteor shower peaks. It is considered by many to be the best shower in the heavens, producing up to 120 multicolored meteors per hour at its peak. That's like 2 a minute, right? Mm-hmm. It is produced by debris left behind by an asteroid known as 3200 Phaethon, which was discovered in 1982. The shower runs from December 7th to 17th. It peaked, like you said, right now. It peaks this year on the night of the 14th and morning of the 15th. The nearly full moon will block out all, but that's not right. It's going to be a good moon. It's pretty dark, from what I understand. But if you're patient, you still may be able to catch a few good ones. Best viewing will be from a dark location after midnight. Meteors will radiate from the constellation Gemini. That's why it's called the Geminids, but can appear anywhere in the sky. Mm-hmm. All right, back to us. Somewhere. There we are. Where are the notes? There are the notes.
Yeah. Okay. On the 14th, Mercury and the moon are in conjunction. On the 15th, our Friday night show, where we have our speculative episode, detailed shortly. Find us Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific time on the Everyday Spacer Facebook page and the Everyday Spacer YouTube channel. And Pluto and the moon are in conjunction, which should be really exciting since you'll only be able to see the moon. So what inspires you the most for this coming week?
I know what inspires Dawn, and actually me too, the occultation. All right, so some other events and activities. You can launch your digital postcard into space. That's the Blue Origin Club for the Future. We've talked about that a couple times now. Remember, the Wikipedia photo contest around science is still going, and it's basically the months of November and December. We're almost at the end of it, so if you're going to do that, go ahead and check it out. Did you get your name etched on the spacecraft going to Europa? It's still going. In fact, I got an email earlier today. I want to show you that because it's kind of cool. Go ahead and share. So they said, here's a gift idea. There's that one. Yeah, that one. Here's a gift idea that doesn't cost a thing. Send a loved one's name to Jupiter with NASA's Europa Clipper mission. December is the last month to add your name to a microchip that will be flown on the spacecraft, along with a poem written by U.S. poet laureate Ada Limon. There's the website for it.
Just remember, you can only send their name, so you can't get rid of them that easily.
Thanks, Jeff. Let's see. So it's December again, also. Oh, thank you, Janie Becker. Oh, and I missed one from Cliff. You want to show that one?
Yeah. Cliff. He said that he had said that Jupiter is super bright and high, and so is Orion, which is Orion's always huge in the sky at his latitude of 26 degrees.
Got it.
And,
all right.
And that's what Janie said. So
I actually have another one to share. Go ahead and set it up, Jeff. So the 2024 Eclipse Festival at Ron Coleman Mining is happening next year. And this sounds kind of funny. I just found out about this 3-day festival with camping and digging.
Uh-huh. Hmm. No, I guess it's only me. Aw. Aw. Aw.
Look at us.
there we go.
Hi, we're back. We lost internet.
Hey.
Yeah, it's. I don't. You guys probably can't hear, but it's pretty windy here.
Oh.
That probably knocked something loose somewhere.
It's very windy. Well, thanks for the comments, folks.
No. Are we live? Oh, okay. There you go.
We can hear
Oh,
Dawn.
you guys saw me.
You were by yourself. I'm so sorry,
I
Dawn.
was by myself. I was alone. I'm glad you guys saw me.
Don't win by you, right? Yes, we're back. All right. So.
Oh, and before that all happened, Cliff said, "Yes, I have and around the moon and on Perseverance," and he was talking about the message.
Oh,
in the bottle.
sending your name. Oh, I love doing that. That's so fun.
I've got my name a lot of places.
So I hope you heard about the 2024 Eclipse Festival. We shared the screen about that. That's at Ron somebody's mine. Oh, here it is, Ron Coleman Mining. It's right in the name there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I will go ahead and share that that link in the chat.
And hopefully the wind will not knock us out again.
Now, if that ever happens, we're not doing anything to leave you people. We just got internet, well, something. Anyway, so go ahead and take us out.
Okay.
Jeff.
If you or someone you know has done something interesting involving space exploration, science, or astronomy, we'd love to share our live. Join us again next Friday, December 8th, for a Xenolife discussion.
And speaking of which, thanks so much, Don, for being here. We love sharing our live with you. You have a mountain of information.
I know. I get so excited about that stuff. I get carried away.
Fine by me. I just know it's really late for you. So if you're ever done with us, just say goodnight, folks.
If that happens, I usually just fall asleep and I wake up and go, oh no, I missed the end.
Yes, I'm familiar with that phenomenon. All right, so shout out to, great. Thank you, Cliff.
Thanks, Cliff.
Thank you, Dawn. Oh, look at that. So
I really do get excited about it, and I put all that stuff together. I have you guys in mind, okay?
Excellent. So thanks, Scott and Cliff, and Janie was here. I know Ryan was here. Do we have anybody else? Did we get everybody?
I think that's it. Well, and Dawn.
I said Scott, right? And Dawn.
Dawn's here.
Dawn's here. Most every week, in fact. Yeah, Janie. I think we got everybody. Yeah. Ryan, Scott, Janie, Cliff. Okay. Excellent. Thanks so much, folks. We will watch for your comments even after the show. And thank you so much, Dawn, again for being here. And did you have anything else, Dawn?
No, that's it. Thanks.
How about you, Jeff?
No.
All right. I'm going to take us out. And have a great week, folks. We will see you next Friday.
Good night.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye-bye.